Welcome back to the channel where unbelievable talent meets real emotion, and where one moment can change a life forever. If you love stories that touch the heart and remind us why music exists, then stay with us until the end, because what you're about to hear is not just a performance, it's a moment that left even Simon Cowell speechless. The stage lights were bright, the audience buzzed with excitement, and the judges sat comfortably behind their table. America's Got Talent had seen thousands of singers before. Powerful voices, emotional stories, shocking moments. Simon Cowell himself had heard almost everything. Or at least, that's what he believed. Then a small Filipino boy walked onto the stage. He looked tiny compared to the massive AGT set. His clothes were simple. His steps were careful. He wasn't trying to look cool or confident. He wasn't waving dramatically to the crowd. He stood there quietly, holding the microphone with both hands, like it meant the world to him. The audience smiled politely. Some people whispered, "Another kid singer," they thought. Simon leaned back in his chair, arms crossed, his face calm but unreadable. Over the years, Simon Cowell had developed an instinct. Within seconds, he could tell whether a performance would be special or forgettable. But this time, something felt different. When asked his name, the boy answered softly. His voice was gentle, respectful. When asked where he was from, he said proudly that he was from the Philippines. The audience clapped warmly. Simon nodded. Then came the question everyone asks. "What will you be singing today?" The boy took a deep breath. His hands trembled slightly. He didn't choose a pop hit. He didn't choose something trendy. He said he would sing Lupang Hinirang, the national anthem of the Philippines. The room changed instantly. Some people looked confused. Others leaned forward. Singing a national anthem on a talent show is risky. It's emotional. It's powerful. And it leaves no room for mistakes. Simon raised his eyebrows. He had heard many national anthems before. Most were good. Some were emotional. Very few were unforgettable. The music started softly. And then the boys sang. The first note floated into the theater like a quiet prayer. It wasn't loud. It wasn't forced. It was pure. Something about his voice carried more than sound. It carried history, pride, love for his country, love for his family. Love for something bigger than himself. The audience went completely silent. Simon slowly leaned forward. The boy's voice grew stronger with every line. Not because he was trying to impress, but because he believed in every word he was singing. His eyes glistened under the stage lights. You could feel that this song meant everything to him. In that moment, he wasn't just a kid singing. He was representing his homeland. His parents, his grandparents, every Filipino who had ever dreamed of being seen and heard on a world stage. Simon Cowell's expression began to change. The man known for harsh criticism, sharp words, and high standards felt something unexpected rising in his chest. He wasn't judging technique anymore. He wasn't thinking about pitch or control. He was feeling. Simon has always loved people with real stories. Despite his tough image, those who know him understand that he deeply respects honesty, struggle, and courage. Over the years, Simon has helped countless artists, not just by judging them, but by believing in them when no one else did. And right now, he saw something rare. A child using music not for fame, but for meaning. As the song continued, the boy's voice filled the room with emotion. Some audience members wiped away tears. Others held their breath, afraid that even the smallest sound might break the magic. Simon swallowed hard. This was not about competition anymore. This was about humanity. When the final note echoed through the theater, there was a split second of silence. Then the entire audience stood up. A massive standing ovation erupted. Applause thundered through the room. People cheered not just for the performance, but for the courage behind it. The boy stood frozen, eyes wide, overwhelmed by what was happening. Simon stood up too. That alone said everything. When the applause finally softened, Simon took a moment before speaking. His voice was quieter than usual. Softer. He said that moments like this are why shows like this exist. He said that talent isn't always about hitting the highest note, but about touching hearts. He told the boy that what he had done took bravery, pride, and honesty. Simon admitted something rare. He said he felt emotional. He talked about how he loves people who use their voice to share something real. How he believes in helping talent grow, especially when it comes from the heart. Simon explained that throughout his career, he has always wanted to give people opportunities they never thought they'd have. And today, he said, this young boy reminded him why he started doing this in the first place. The other judges followed, praising the performance, but everyone knew this moment belonged to Simon and the boy. When it came time to vote, the result was obvious. Yes after yes. The boy covered his face and cried. His dream had just taken its first real step forward. Backstage, his family hugged each other, tears flowing freely. For them, this wasn't just a performance. It was a message to the world that dreams don't have borders. Simon watched from the judges' table, smiling gently. People often misunderstand Simon Cowell. They see the criticism, the blunt honesty. But moments like this reveal the truth. He loves talent. He loves people. And he loves helping those who deserve a chance. That night, a Filipino child didn't just sing a song. He touched a heart that has shaped the music industry for decades. And Simon Cowell didn't just judge a performance. He felt hope. If you enjoyed this story and believe in the power of music to change lives, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Because somewhere out there, another dream is waiting to be heard. The days after the audition felt unreal for the young boy. One moment, he was practicing songs at home, singing softly so he wouldn't disturb the neighbors. The next moment, his performance was being shared across the world. Clips of his voice spread on social media, reaching millions. People from the Philippines, from America, from places he had never heard of before, were watching him sing Lupang Hinirang with pride and tears in their eyes. Back at America's Got Talent, the judges talked about him even after filming ended. Simon Cowell, in particular, kept thinking about that moment. He had judged thousands of singers, but something about that child stayed with him. It wasn't just the voice. It was the purpose behind it. Simon has always believed that talent alone is not enough. What truly matters is heart. And that boy had shown heart in its purest form. As the competition moved forward, the boy returned to the stage for the next round. This time, he looked a little more confident, but the innocence was still there. He smiled shyly at the audience, still amazed that so many people were there just to hear him sing. Simon watched closely. Before the performance, the boy spoke about his family. He talked about how his parents worked hard, how music helped him stay strong, and how he wanted to make his country proud. His words were simple, but honest. Simon nodded quietly. He had always admired people who stayed grounded, especially at such a young age. The music started again. This time, the song was different, but the emotion was the same. His voice carried warmth and hope. It wasn't perfect, but it didn't need to be. Every note felt real. Simon leaned forward, hands clasped. He could see how nervous the boy still was. And yet, he could also see growth. Confidence. Belief. When the performance ended, the applause was loud, but Simon waited for it to settle before speaking. He told the boy something that surprised everyone. He said that helping young talent comes with responsibility. That it's not about pushing them too fast, but about protecting their love for music. Simon said he wanted the boy to enjoy this journey, not be crushed by it. That moment revealed something important about Simon Cowell. Behind the tough image is someone who genuinely cares about people, especially young artists. Over the years, Simon has helped countless singers, guiding them, mentoring them, and sometimes even protecting them from the pressure of fame. He did the same here. As the competition continued, the boy faced challenges. The stage got bigger. The expectations grew heavier. There were nights when his voice felt tired, when doubt crept in. But every time, he remembered why he started singing in the first place. Not for trophies, not for fame, but for love. Simon noticed the struggle. After one rehearsal, Simon took a moment to speak privately with him. He encouraged him to trust himself. He reminded him that fear is normal, and that even the greatest performers feel it. Simon shared that he, too, had faced doubts throughout his career, but caring about people and believing in talent helped him move forward. That conversation meant everything to the boy. On the night of the live show, the atmosphere was electric. Millions were watching. The boy stepped onto the stage once more, his heart racing. He closed his eyes for a brief second before singing, as if saying a silent prayer. His voice filled the room again. This time, it wasn't just emotional. It was powerful. The audience rose to their feet before the song even ended. Simon felt a tightness in his chest again. He didn't fight it. He allowed himself to feel proud. When the judges gave their feedback, Simon spoke with sincerity. He said that this young singer reminded everyone that music is not about perfection, but about connection. He said he was proud to see how far the boy had come in such a short time. Even if the competition ended, Simon made it clear that the journey would not. That is what Simon Cowell has always done. He doesn't just judge and walk away. He opens doors. He creates opportunities. He helps people find their path. For the boy, this experience changed everything. Win or lose, he had already achieved something greater. He had shared his voice with the world and stayed true to himself. As the season continued, fans continued to support him. Messages poured in from people who said his singing reminded them of home, of family, of hope. And somewhere behind the judges' table, Simon Cowell smiled, knowing that this was exactly why he believed in people. Because sometimes, all it takes is one voice, one song, and one person willing to listen, to change a life forever. If this story moved you, remember to support young dreamers everywhere. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and keep believing in the power of music. Because the next unforgettable moment could be just one note away. After the live shows, the boy became a sensation overnight. His audition video had gone viral, shared by people all over the world. News outlets in the Philippines covered his story. Fans made videos praising his courage and dedication. Yet, through all the attention and praise, the boy remained humble. He remembered what Simon had told him. Talent is a gift, but humility and heart make it truly special. Simon Cowell watched the boy's rise with quiet satisfaction. He knew fame could be dangerous, especially for young performers. The entertainment industry can be harsh, and many talented kids burn out too quickly. But Simon also believed in the boy's resilience. He saw a rare combination: natural talent, a loving family supporting him, and the ability to stay grounded. Simon decided to take a personal interest. He arranged for mentoring sessions, where the boy could learn about performance, stage presence, and how to take care of his voice. Simon shared his own experiences with fame, the mistakes he had made, and the lessons that came with years in the music industry. The boy listened intently, absorbing every word. Over time, Simon's guidance went beyond music. He encouraged the boy to embrace opportunities for charity, community performances, and cultural events that could inspire others. Simon believed that talent has the power to influence people for good, and he wanted the boy to understand the responsibility that comes with it. The next performance was a special tribute. The boy decided to sing a song honoring the Philippines, celebrating his roots while showing his growth as an artist. Back on the AGT stage, he walked out with confidence this time. No longer the nervous child from the first audition, he stood tall, ready to share his story through music. As he sang, Simon watched closely. His chest tightened, not because he was judging, but because he was moved. The boy's performance was flawless, yet it still carried emotion, vulnerability, and authenticity. Simon had seen many young singers, but very few could balance talent with genuine feeling. The audience rose again, cheering and clapping, tears in their eyes. Simon gave one of his rare full smiles, nodding in appreciation. He stood up alongside the others, clapping enthusiastically. He whispered to the production team that this child had a bright future ahead. Backstage, Simon spoke to the boy privately once more. He told him that regardless of the competition's outcome, he had already won something greater: respect, admiration, and the ability to inspire others. Simon reminded him that success isn't only about trophies and medals, it's about touching hearts, creating change, and remaining true to oneself. The boy smiled, understanding. He had dreamed of this moment, not for fame, but to make his family proud and honor his country. Simon's words gave him confidence that he could continue this path without losing the joy of music. When the competition finally ended, Simon made sure to support the boy's next steps. He helped connect him with professional vocal coaches, recording studios, and even cultural events that would showcase his talent internationally. Simon knew that with the right guidance, the boy could grow into a global ambassador for music and pride for his homeland. As the boy looked back on his journey, from a shy audition to standing on one of the world's biggest stages, he realized something important. Talent alone is not enough. It's love, mentorship, and genuine care from people like Simon Cowell that help dreams flourish. And for Simon, this was one of the moments that reminded him why he does what he does. Behind the tough exterior, he loves seeing people grow, supporting them when they need guidance, and witnessing the magic that happens when talent meets heart. The boy's story became a legend of its own. Not just because of the voice, but because of the love, dedication, and guidance that helped him shine. And for Simon Cowell, it was yet another proof that helping people achieve their dreams is the most rewarding part of his life. The boy continues to inspire countless others, proving that one voice can change lives, bridge cultures, and leave a mark that will be remembered forever. And somewhere behind the scenes, Simon Cowell smiles, proud to be part of a journey that started with one note, one dream, and one incredible child from the Philippines. If you feel inspired by this story, remember to like, subscribe, and share. Because every dream deserves to be heard, and every voice has the power to touch the world.